So coming into a comfortable seat, your legs can be any which way. You can be sitting on a pillow or a block or nothing at all. Just give yourself a couple of deep breaths in and out here just to settle your bones, arrive, notice. Begin here with absolutely no expectation, no restriction, nothing to force, nothing to fix. The concept of Ahimsa is the first of Patanjali's Yamas, which are our outer constraints, or the way that we interact with the world. So it means non-harming, non-violence. And we talk a lot in yoga about that the idea of non-harming must begin first within. How we can show up more fully in the world. Can we make a collective move toward non-harming, starting within? Beginning to more authentically show up in the world with compassion and loving kindness. It starts with showing that to ourselves. Here as you're sitting on your mat, feel the belly soften and expand with every inhale. And feel as though you're squeezing that sponge deep in the pit of your belly on the exhale. Empty yourself out. Inhale to expand the belly. And squeeze the sponge. One more just like that. Expand the belly, breathe in. And as you exhale and you're wringing out that sponge in your belly, hold that. And with the next inhale, feel that expand into the chest, lifting your heart. Good. Exhale. Inhale into the chest. And exhale. Continuing this breath pattern, you may start to notice your Ujjayi pranayama beginning to take the lead. Your slight constriction in the back of the throat sounds a little bit like the ocean. Still easy come and easy go. Listen to the sound of your breath. Let it anchor you here in this moment. Maybe there's somebody in mind you'd like to dedicate today's practice to. That person can be you. As you're, maybe considering who that person might be, feel the spine start to lift and lengthen, lining the head up over the heart, the very center of your brain, over the very center of your heart, directly behind the center of your sternum. The low belly drawing in and up to support that lift. Heart is over the center of your pelvis. And of course, I'm talking about not the anatomical heart, which sits slightly off to the left, but the seat of the soul, the seat of the witness, which is in the very center of you, the size of a mustard seed. Gather your palms together, sealing this intention in, whether it's dedicating this practice to yourself or to someone who needs a little extra boost of energy, kindness, and love. Press right and left together, sealing your intention in with your breath. As you begin to open the eyes, trying to keep this length, this breath pattern throughout practice. Sweep the hands up and back behind your head. So you're going to interlace your fingers and let the thumbs stick straight out so that they are going to massage into your neck. So lean the head back into the palms so that you can really relax the neck and just push into one thumb and then the other. Notice where it feels tense, where it feels loose and easy. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Now shift your massaging from the thumbs and into your palms, so you're squeezing the palms together. And allow this to rise up the neck and into the base of your skull. And all the way up, maybe even through the back of your head. Feel that squeezing action, slightly tugging at your hair or your scalp. And then take your next exhale to release the palms down. Inhaling to return to that long spine. And as you exhale, shift the chin over toward your left shoulder. We're going to sweep that chin down to center and over to the right. Be very mindful here. Good. Now taking it from the right down, sweep it. Try to keep the chin as close to your chest as possible. Landing over on the left. Keep your chin in this direction, but we're going to tilt it up as you bring your ear down. Yeah. So we're moving into this, so all range of motion of your neck. And now roll the head back, bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. Feel the left shoulder get heavy. And drop the chin down to the right shoulder. Good. Take that back the other way. So lifting the chin up, drop the right shoulder. And roll the head back. Chin to the shoulder. And return to center. Take a big inhale, lift the shoulders all the way up toward the ears. Open the mouth, exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Take that 2 more times if it feels good. Good, inhale. Begin to make your way onto hands and knees. Take your time getting there. When you do get there, line yourself up. Again, returning to that really long spine, belly button drawing in, and the breath. Squeezing the sponge out with the exhale. Take your next inhale to drop the belly, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone. Exhale, tuck and round, chin to chest, tailbone lifting down toward the knees. Spread into all 10 fingertips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the crown and the tail. And exhale, tuck and round. Begin moving here with your own breath. Maybe close the eyes, invite some organic, intuitive movement in. Keep in mind that it doesn't have to be the same thing that you do every time in your cat and cow. It can be something completely different if you are feeling called to move in a slightly different way. That is the essence of showing up for ourselves first, to arrive and notice, so that as we begin moving, we are sensing at the same time. Take about 3 more rounds here. Even yourself out. Really feel the mobility of your spine, the support and structure of your low belly. And begin to make your way into a long, neutral spine, sturdy table. Untuck the toes and take the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Walk it out, feel the length of the back of your legs. Let the hips get high and the heels get low. Begin to come into stillness here. When you're ready, find the innate power of this shape. Spread your fingers wide, really dig the palms and all 10 fingertips into the mat. Feel the muscles wrap around the bones all the way up the arms. Slight bend at the knees will help you tip the tailbone up a little higher. Let the head be heavy here. Feel the back of the neck is long. Return to that steady and aware breath. If you have lost your Ujjayi pranayama, maybe you can attach a count to it. 4 seconds, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Take 2 more. Be unhurried as you begin tiptoeing your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Lazy ragdoll when you get there. Bend into the knees, grab hold of opposite elbows, or if you like, return to that interlace your hands behind your head if you want just a little bit more of a stretch along there. Feel the upper body spilling out of your trunk here. Release the fingertips to the mat. Inhale, find a flat back. Shift your gaze slightly forward. Fingertips slide up your shins, maybe even to your thighs. Feel the long spine and the shoulder blades draw toward each other. Yes. Nice, Christina. Take 1 more breath here. Lengthen out like a turtle coming out of its shell. Exhale, soften the knees and fold it in. Attach that to your breath. 2 more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Find that space in the neck and shoulders. Exhale, soften and fold. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. Let your weight get heavy in your heels as you bend into the knees. Roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take the hands up high. And release the arms out wide. Maybe take them back behind your hips. Interlace the fingers here. As you open through the front of your chest, drop the chin toward the chest. Take the, if you feel a flare in your ribs, feel that soften. Lengthen the tailbone down. Yes, beautiful. Lift up here indirectly at the center of your heart. And as you exhale, bend into the knees, fold forward. Release the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. You can always place your knees down. Lengthen the tailbone down toward your heels. Soften the sternum toward the front edge of your mat. Yes. Make sure the neck is in line with the spine. Breathe in. Squeeze the sponge out as you lower slowly to the mat. Whole body lands at once. Elbows hug the sides of your body. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lifting into cobra pose. Press into the palms. Feel the shoulders peel away from the floor. And exhale, come back down. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. However you like to get there, you can press up strong and long through plank. Take a little mini child's pose break. 3 intentional breaths here. Show up all the way. Anything that would feel good is invited here. If you want to take a 3-legged dog, or you can do that on the next round if you like. Last breath in and out. High onto the toes. Shift your gaze up to the top of your mat and step or float your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up high, root down through your feet. And exhale, hands to heart. Good, inhale, hands up high. Exhale, fold it down, catch the wave all the way. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, plank pose. Pause for the inhale. Exhale, option to take chaturanga or move all the way to the floor. You choose. Take that inhale to come to the tops of your feet, open the heart. And exhale all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe fully in to arrive. Fully out to settle. 2 more breaths here. Inhale high onto the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Dig down to your heels, sit the hips down, rise up into chair pose. Inhale. Soften the shoulders, sink the hips down. And again, take that sway out of your low back. It never matters, it doesn't matter whether your feet are together or apart, as long as your knees are doing the same thing. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale, belly to thighs, send the hips high and fold in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step right into your downward facing dog here. Inhale, sweep the right leg high, take your time. And exhale, knee to nose, shift the shoulders up and over the wrists, dome into the upper back. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. And exhale, right foot is going to step all the way through this time. Spin the back heel down. Coming up into warrior 1. Try to square off your hips to the front of your mat. Hands come up overhead. Look up toward your thumbs. Even here where it feels like there's some twisting and maybe a little gentle back bend, can you squeeze the sponge, lengthen down through your tailbone, lift through the low belly. 1 more breath in. And exhale, arms spread wide to meet the floor, framing the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, breathe it in, take your time. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale all the way up and back. Exhale, step it through. Warrior one on this side as you spin the back heel down. Square the hips off. Come all the way up through your center. Look up toward your thumbs. Two more breaths. Fully showing up here just for you. And exhale, arms spread wide, meet the mat. Downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank here. Try to tuck the tailbone and convert one vertebrae at a time. Bending into the elbows, chaturanga, or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in to arrive. Full breath out to settle. Two more breaths just like that. Continue refining your shape. Create more space. Inhale high onto your toes. Bend your knees, step, hop, or float. Flat back on your inhale. Exhale and fold. Sink the hips down, rise up, chair pose. And exhale, return to Tadasana, hands at heart center. One more round of Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg high, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, take it slow, all the way up to that warrior one. And exhale, hands reach the floor. Downward facing dog on your next breath. And inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, step it through. Taking your time to rise into that warrior one, fully present in every micro movement in the way. Exhale, arms spread wide to come back down to the floor. Downward facing dog. High onto the toes, roll forward. And lower as you like, chaturanga, or all the way down with control. Inhale, opening the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Option to bring the knees to the floor for the next 2 rounds of breath for child's pose rest. Continue arriving here with each breath deeper and deeper. We'll all begin to make our way to the top of the mat. However you like to get there, step, hop, float. Flat back on your inhale. And exhale, fold. Sink the hips down, rise into chair pose. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. We're getting ready to move into the rocket C sequence. And it starts in chair pose. It's going to give you an option to play with crow or malasana here in just a moment. Sink the hips down. And from here, interlace the fingers, sink the hips even lower, and drop your chest to your thighs as you come into a half chair, pressing the palms away from your head. Lift out and long through the back of your neck. And here's where our chance to fly is. Hands can come down for crow pose or step the feet wide. Drop the hips in Malasana with the hands down. You have 3 breaths wherever you are. Breathe fully. Take your time. You're in no hurry. Whether you're flying or not, nice job, Meg. We'll all step both feet back, plank pose. And downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step it through for warrior 1. Send the back heel down, come all the way up. Moving from your center. Release the hands back behind your hips for humble warrior. Interlace the fingers open through the chest. And we'll take the bow. Option here is to float into warrior 3. Holding for 2 breaths wherever you go. And then we'll all step that left foot back, releasing the arms for warrior 2. Head over heart, heart over hips, gaze just beyond those right fingertips. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Inhale to reverse, straighten your front leg. And exhale, windmill all the way down to triangle pose. So your triangle might be nice and high today, just lifting out with your right hand down, but not touching anything. You might slide it down the shin, maybe onto a block or the ankle or a floor. Breathe fully in. And bend into the front knee. Right hand comes forward. Standing half moon. So take that right hand up about 6 inches and out about 3 inches. Float the back foot, hips are open and stacked. One more inhale. And exhale, left hand comes down. Square the hips off. Left foot comes down for pyramid pose. So the heel plants, rock the heart back toward the thigh. Level out the hips here. Nice job. Line the left hand up right underneath your left shoulder as you take the right hand to your right hip. Option to stay here or start to spin the chest to the right, opening into your twist. Maybe the right hand comes up to the sky. Maybe it stays on your hip or the back of your sacrum. Yes, perfect time for that block. Breathe in. And exhale, return both hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. And lower the left knee. Rise up into a low crescent lunge. And take the palms together in front of your heart. We'll twist here. Left elbow down, right elbow high. Try to line the heart up with the thumbs. And if you have a lot of space here and you want to try to take it a little deeper, then pick up that left knee and spin that left heel down like you are in warrior 1 feet. And if you try that out and you're like, that doesn't feel the best, then just bring the back knee back down. And release hands to the floor. Step back. Maybe you take a flow through. Maybe you just shift up and back for downward facing dog. We have 10 breaths here. So in a classic rocket sequence, we use these 10 breaths to play with Pincha Mayurasana or dolphin pose. You can take all 10 breaths in down dog, child's pose, dolphin pose, or dolphin plank if pincha is not your favorite friend today. Coming onto your forearms, 4 counts in and 4 counts out for 10 breaths you choose. Yeah, and if you are taking your dolphin pose, then continue refining that. Maybe you even send one leg to the sky or the other leg. Continue drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Yeah, Christina, your hips look really high. That's good. Continue drawing the shoulder blades toward the hips. Last couple rounds of breath. We'll all meet in child's pose. And after we do the left side, we're gonna have another 10 breaths here. So maybe you'll feel ready to take it on. Make your way to downward facing dog as you like. Maybe you take a flow. Maybe you're conserving that energy. Show up fully for yourself so that you can expand that compassion, kindness, and energy out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Rising up, warrior one. Arms spread wide, interlace. Maybe you can take the funky grip, the one that doesn't come quite as naturally. Exhale, either humble warrior or your leg floats up and back for warrior three. There's no right or wrong. There's always lots of options. Last breath in. And exhale, sliding that right foot back, warrior two. Settling, lengthening down the tailbone. Expanding the chest on your inhale. Settling deeper on the exhale. Flip the front palm, reverse, and straighten that front leg. Squeeze both legs. Let both feet get really, really heavy as you start to windmill down to that triangle pose. Continue sliding that left hip underneath you, lengthening out through the front body. Nice neck. Shift your gaze down, bend into your left knee. Make your way to that balancing half moon. Right foot floats up and back. Left hand is either on the floor or a block. Breathe in, really flex into that right foot. Press out through the heel. And exhale, both hands down, square off the hips. With control, right foot steps back. Plant the heel for pyramid pose. Really shift the hips back evenly in space. Let the heart meet the thigh. Breathe in length. Breathe out, fold. Inhale to release the posture and step the right foot back, lowering the right knee. Rise up for that low crescent lunge. And take the hands at heart center for your twist here. Right elbow down, left elbow high. Keep squeezing the inner thighs toward each other. And you'll find as we spend more time with this sequence. This is a really great opportunity to play with like side crow, which we'll play with lots over the next 10 weeks. Take your option, last breath here. And return both hands to the mat. Plank pose. Flow, or go straight to downward facing dog. And here's those other 10 breaths here, where you can play with your dolphin, pincha, child's pose. Because you have so much time here, you can always shift over to a wall if you want to try kicking up. Or use the steady shape to scan the body and notice where you can soften, where you can give yourself a little bit of peace and ease. Last few breaths. If you've already reached 10, go ahead and bring your knees down, meet in child's pose. Show up right here. Again, no restrictions, no expectations, no judgment. Now comes the next really fun part. If you want to actually just sit up and look at me, I'll show you what is coming next. It's called the whoosh back. I'm pretty sure that's the scientific Sanskrit name. Whoosh back. So we'll make our way to downward facing dog, and feet are at the back of the mat. You're taking elbows. I'm going to turn to face you really quick. You're going to take your elbows wide like a down dog push-up, and you're going to whoosh all the way back. Try not to let your hands touch the floor all the way back. So you're coming from down dog, taking the push-up, whooshing back, peace fingers to your big toes for Asta Padangusthasana. Now you try. You can take a flow to get to down dog or whatever you want. Nice, Meg. I see that. Nice wide elbows. I know the first couple of times it feels kind of funky, but the more you try, you can also try shortening your down dog to play with it some. Yes, Meg. Awesome job. These down dog push-ups, if you can get to like 25 in a row, then you will be able to do crow to handstand. That's what the promise is to me anyway. I can't prove that fact. Nice, Christina. All right. Ooh, yes, Meg. See, more times you get it, the body remembers. So we're landing at the back of the mat, feet are hip distance apart, peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, squeeze the sponge, elbows bend wide, fold it in. Doesn't matter how bent your knees are, let there be lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. Soften in the belly. And here, if you're having lots of space in your neck, go ahead and give a little shake side to side. Maybe a couple of circles. Good. Release on your inhale, flat back. And exhale, hands return to the mat, fold it in. Bend into the knees, come all the way up to stand, come up onto your tippy toes, hands up to the sky. Really draw that low belly in. That's your Mula Bandha. Really lift into your pelvic floor. Stabilize the center of you. Steady breath. Try to get those heels to stay in one place. And lower the heels down, fold it all the way in. Inhale, flat back. And we're going to travel to the front of the mat here. Heel toe the feet out wide. Lower the hips down. So this is, these are like handstand monkey hops to try to travel forward. So you're going to reach the hands forward. Try to keep the knees bent. Keep bringing the feet to your hands. So you're just going to hop. Nice. And when we land here, let's just rock side to side. Maybe you want to pause into your malasana. You want to take a little side twist, left arm, keep the shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Open the right hand up. Option to find a bind here if you like. Drop that right arm behind. And you'll take your release to switch sides. Returning to center, palms to the floor, and then walk them back so that you bring your hips all the way down. Send the legs out long for a wide-legged seat. And Meg, we talked about this yesterday. I said Meg was gonna love doing this again 2 days in a row. But so we're gonna work on building some strength deep in the hip flexors and the low core. First, let's take a fold forward. Make sure your toes and your your toes and your knees are both aiming straight up as you walk the hands forward. Slowly walk your hands back. Take your right hand, slide it underneath your left thigh. So you're going to bend that knee just a little bit to get that right hand directly underneath. Left arm sweeps up and over. And if you have a lot of space here, you might even reach all the way over and grab that right foot. Totally fine if that left hand is just up toward the sky. Somewhere in between. What you want to avoid is caving forward. Keep the chest open here. Nice. Take one more breath here. Feel that fanning open of your left ribs. Come all the way up, arms wide. Switch sides, left arm underneath, right arm up and over. Big breath. And release. Take both hands to frame your right thigh. Point your right foot. And we're going to take 5 pulses to lift the right leg. So if you need to lean back a little, that's okay. We want to work toward sitting up straight while we do this. You might even close your legs a little. Point your right toes and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I use because this can give you a little cramp sometimes, use the outside of that right forearm to give a little massage to that inner thigh after you're done. And I do promise the cramps go away after a while, after you get a little bit more strength. And we'll switch sides, come over to the left, point your left foot. 5 controlled lifts. Slowly in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Little massage. You close the legs here, lift up into boat pose. Option to stay with the hands down, toes can even be down. Lift up through the front body. You can reach the hands forward. You could even, if you want to try straightening the legs, take your peace fingers to your big toes and continue lifting the heart toward the toes. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Option to try opening the legs. This is a crazy balance one, so you really find what muscles start to work to keep yourself upright. You really start to feel that low, deep core. That's your Uddiyana Bandha. Great. Close it up. And let's come all the way down to the back. Happy baby. Grab hold of opposite. Grab hold of your ankles or outside of your feet. Rock side to side. Feel yourself landing here. You'll hug the knees to your chest. And when you do that, allow the head, shoulders, and hips, like everything to be really heavy. And try to squeeze your knees close together. Feel that internal slight rotation. Just giving a little bit of love to those hip flexors. Keep a hold of your right knee as you extend the left leg long. Let the heel come all the way to the floor. And we'll come into a twist here. Left arm is going to guide that right knee across the body. Try to keep the right shoulder returned to the earth. There's another twist variation that suits your body better. Please feel free to take that. Got 5 very intentional breaths in your twist, so take your time to allow it to settle. Soften more and more of you with every exhale. When you're ready to release, do so with ease. Chin comes to center. Guide the right knee back to the chest. Maybe give it one more hug. Maybe even lift the shoulders. Bring your nose to your knee. Give it a little kiss. Thank you, knees, for everything you do. Keep the shoulders lifted here. Take the arms, biceps up by the ears. Lift the left leg. Feel that low belly draw in. And switch your legs out. So right leg extends long, left leg, knee comes to chest. Arms wrap around, give a little kiss to that left knee. Thank you, knee. I love you, knee. And come all the way down, relax the head, and come into your twist here. Guiding your left knee across the body. Coming into it slowly, knowing that you have all the time in the world to soften and drop in. And when you're ready, start to release the twist. Knees to chest. Any last movement or shapes that feel like they would fully support your rest here. If nothing comes to mind, you are ready for Shavasana. Begin extending the legs out long, letting each foot have its own corner of the mat. Arms down by your sides, palms open up. Let yourself have every luxury of this rest. Any props or blankets or mood lighting that would feel good to you, take that. Peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise or trouble or hard work. Peace means to be in the midst of all of those things and to still be calm in your heart. That person that you dedicated this practice to, let them come to mind. Imagine you're holding hands with that person, looking them directly in the eyes. Wishing them well, wishing them happiness and freedom. And then let them go. Give yourself just a few more minutes of time just for you. Begin to deepen your breath. Feel that expansion coming directly out of your center. Begin to invite movement into your fingers and your toes. Rock the head gently from side to side. Start to wake yourself up here. Rocking yourself over onto your favorite side when you feel ready. Pausing for just a moment for a brief scan if there's anything that has come up for you in this practice, mentally, physically, emotionally. Honor that. If there's anything that you are ready to let go of, let it go. Imagine it falling out of you and into the mat, seeping into the earth below. And press your way up into a comfortable seat. If you'd like to end your practice with a chant, you're welcome to join me. It's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. I will say it 3 times. You're welcome to join me or just listen to the sound of my voice. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy, healthy, and free from harm. Gather your hands in front of your heart, bow your chin to your chest. Honor the light deep within you. Same light that is in me and every other living thing. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your wisdom with me. My light bows to yours.